Finally, GameFi is getting exciting, and in today's video, we're going to check out this insanely cool Web3 game, NFL Rivals. I just downloaded it from the App Store, and I love fantasy football, so this is going to be awesome. Drafting players, competing against other teams, and increasing the value of your players so you can sell them in the marketplace. Plus, we'll hear from the CEO of Mythical Games on how NFL Rivals and other GameFi projects will onboard millions of gamers without them even knowing they're in crypto. There's $1 trillion GameFi economy being built, so let's dive right in. Owning your own digital assets and games that are fun to play, it doesn't get much better than this. And I'll play the entire NFL Rivals trailer at the end of this video so that you can see exactly how fun this game actually is. I dove into Townstar on Gala Games about 18 months ago, and I found myself staying up till 3 a.m. in the morning to gather extra bales of wheat. Back then, I could see the addictive nature of everything GameFi, and I ended up buying a Gala Founders node, which at the time was selling for about $20,000. These same Founders nodes today are selling for about 2.5 million Gala, which is about $100,000. The future of Gala is extremely bright as they continue to develop several AAA games. And I get that same feeling about Mythical Games and NFL Rivals. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to a few select clips as Ash Bennington of Real Vision Crypto speaks to John Linden, who's the CEO of Mythical Games. They discuss how much revenue they're currently generating and how GameFi will onboard 100 million users. But before we do, please make sure to tap that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more crypto updates and GameFi content just like this. I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to listen to the entire Real Vision Crypto video.
John, you guys have had a big week. Your new game, NFL Rivals, dropped yesterday. Give us the top line.
Yeah, it's it's a project we've been working on. We announced it a little bit last year, and I think for us, we really wanted to partner with the NFL to create a real, true gamer-first experience, but really have that Web3 economy in it. And I think we've made great strides. The game came out yesterday. We're actually sitting number one in all sports games right now. We're sitting number one in the action game category, and I think we're number 3 overall in terms of all games on the Apple App Store right now. So, people talk about mass adoption. I think we've kind of talked, it has to come game first, and I think we're delivering that. So we're very, very excited on this first day. Very honored to get the support we're getting.
And by the way, we're seeing some video right now on our screen. That's a clip of the actual action of the game. Those aren't NPCs. That's actual game action.
That's actual game action, yeah. So you're actually able to play the game. Your team. It's basically what we've set up as what we call an arcade team manager game. So essentially, you're coming in, you're building your team. Your team are assets that you can own, you can trade, you can sell. You're building that team. You're joining squads. The squads are also kind of NFTs behind the scenes. One thing you'll see though about our game, we don't actually use the word NFTs. We don't use the words Web3. We don't use the words blockchain. We just put out a game. And what's really great is I think we've been able to onboard, hundreds of thousands of players already, which is great, into this game, and they're getting wallets behind the scenes if they don't already have one, right? So we've really tried to make a system to where players can come in very seamlessly, play the game, but they're still participating in this Web3 economy, and we expect people to kind of become educated more and more on what the benefits of that are.
So this is so interesting. What you're saying in essence is you've abstracted away the interface with the wallet, with Web3, with NFTs as a concept. It's just something that users are directly interacting with in a way that allows them to access technology directly through the gaming. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah. And what we've also done is we really spent a lot of time, we're from the gaming industry. We've been in the gaming industry for decades at this point. So we know kind of the rules and how to make that work. And frankly, we kind of walked in the front door with a lot of these app stores. We had the first game last year on the Epic Games Store with Blanco's Block Party. This year, we're now, topping the charts on the Apple App Store, as well as Google as well. So it's live on all these. So we've kind of gone in, we built a lot of tech very specifically for the gaming industry so that we can take transactions from the app stores and be able to still record them on chain very safely while abiding to all the compliance that we need to with these app stores.
It's really interesting. Let me ask you this. For users who are more tech savvy, who are in the Web3 space, who are Web3 natives, is there a capacity for those users to self-custody the assets at any point, or is that something that you haven't gotten to yet?
We're working through that right now. I will say that a lot of the traditional Web2 app stores, they're very concerned, as are we, that a lot of gamers might not understand, understand private keys and seed phrases, that no one wants to set their private key down and suddenly lose it and you lost Zelda or you lost Super Mario, right? So it is a custodial account to start. We do have bridges in and out though. So you can bridge assets in and out to MetaMask. You can sell them on OpenSea. You can do whatever you want. We do have the capacity to go completely non-custodial. That is definitely our goal in the future, but we're trying to ease into it as we bring on, literally tens of millions of new gamers into this ecosystem. We're about 300 people, so we're pretty good size. Wow. We've been growing so fast. We did about a 5x GMV lift from 21 to 22. Last year, we did about $60 million through our marketplace. We're closing in on that per month now, which is great. I think this month we're going to be about 33 million in sales. This month, gross sales going through our marketplace and blockchain. Next month, we're on track for 45 already. So we're growing at such a tremendous pace. And like I said, we're not letting up. We got this game. This game's going to be really exciting, kind of leading up to the NFL season. So we're in what we call the off-season with our season 0. But we're going to keep really adding to that product. We got a really fun couple announcements coming up as we lead into the season, but we also have another big racing title coming shortly afterwards. So we have a game called Nitro Nation World Tour. That game was that previous version of that game on mobile was the number 3 racing title, had 80 million installs on that franchise. So that's what's coming next from us. We'll be launching that later this summer and soft launching very soon. So we're trying to move this into the tens, if not hundreds of millions of gamers. And kind of away we go.
We've talked a lot about the gaming space here, but I want to shift gears to a true Web3 conversation. Talk about this decision that you guys made to switch from Ethereum over to Polkadot and why.
Yeah, I think that's we've got a lot of feedback this week on that. Honestly, we've been looking at what it takes to keep growing this business. As I mentioned, we're actually processing we're processing more gaming transactions than all of Ethereum at this point, which is really, really exciting. So games are huge.
Say that statistic again.
We're doing more digital sales transactions right now than Ethereum is doing on NFT sales right now. So we're doing more digital assets than they are.
That's extraordinary.
So it's great, and we're just kind of getting started. To put in perspective, when I ran Call of Duty, I think we did 1.4 million matches a minute, right? And so when we were one of the studios behind that title, think about that. If you're trying to record just the existence of a match on chain, that's a lot of volume, right? So gaming is huge. We have to do it, appropriately. But what we're also looking at is we're looking at the future. And I think what we found is we started a foundation or helped found this foundation called Mythos Foundation with the Mythos token. It's kind of an industry DAO, right? We have a lot of Web2 companies joining. We really see the opportunity of where games can start being interoperable over time. We think that there's a new governance models that need to come out. But most importantly, we need very strong security models and great performance. And frankly, we've been searching. We've talked to a lot of great companies out there. There's a lot of great companies out there. But we really found that the Polkadot team, the Polkadot ecosystem was pretty fascinating. That team has been very heads down, focused on governance, focused on security, focused on scale and interoperability. And we love that. We don't need a lot of marketing flash from our blockchain partners. We need true amazing tech. And I think Polkadot's the right choice for gaming, to be super honest. So we're definitely going deep with them. We're going to be launching what we're calling the Mythos Super Chain, which initially is the Mythical Chain. But there's other groups. If you look at the Mythos Foundation, there's 25 other companies that have already joined. And I think you'll see some of them also have their own chain tech that has their own governance models and their own security models. But we all roll up into that shared security model. We roll up into an interoperable economy over time. And we think that's a super powerful place of where we want to build next.
Wow, such a great interview. What do you think about the Mythos chain being built on Polkadot? I think that games will eventually all have their own chains, like DeFi Kingdoms on Avalanche using the subnet DFK chain. Also, Gala is building the Jury chain. My belief is that soon all of these games are going to be chain agnostic. They're going to be interoperable and they're going to be played on any device, anywhere. It's an exciting time. Which GameFi project are you most excited about? Leave a comment down below and let me know. And as promised, here's NFL Rivals.
Listen up, champ. You think you love football? Scientists say you're on your phone 14 hours a day, but one thing you're not doing on it? Scoring, pulse-pounding, high-flying, game-winning touchdowns. This is NFL Rivals, a heart-racing rush of head-to-head, grab-and-go, gridiron grudge matches. Collect your favorite players, set a lineup that coaches would drool over, then punch it down the field for the TD. Boom! This isn't any given Sunday fun day. This is an on-the-go bump and run up the score on your best frenemy on any day that ends in Y. See, I told you. This is different. Woo! You thought we were done? Oh, please. Climb the leaderboards with weekly events, reap glorious rewards in global tournaments. But more importantly, get petty and settle some scores. Own your team. Own your plays. Own your rivals. Play for keeps.